Okay. Okay, now we will start the class. So in second period in Java, we are going to understand Java arrays. Okay. Now here show and run commands, create Java project, no build tools. Now go to your computer. Here under your choose a folder. This is my VS Code Java folder. Now put a file name here, arrays. Arrays, okay. Now here one maximize this under the source file, rename this. This is the default file. You rename this because I am today now second period. I am briefing over arrays. Okay, arrays.java. Enter now. Now what happened? Yours, that is what your file is open. So as we have discussed, file is equal to class name. Okay. Now see your array class name changed arrays because your file name is arrays. Now our topic, I am going to brief about the arrays in Java. First of all, let me brief what is little bit of introduction. What is array? Array is what? Fix. Array stores similar type of data. Similar type of data. Suppose it is integer array, it stores only integer values. If it is string type of array, it stores string type of data. Okay, it is means array is a data structure. So if it is so array stores similar type of data. Similar type of data. Similar type of data. It is created for integer, so it stores only integer type of data. If it is created for string, it stores string type of data. But in Python, what happened? Python array. Array means Python array. It is called in Python list. Suppose in Python, suppose it is a list. Okay, list is equal list in Python always will be in square brackets. So in Python, it stores multiple type of data. Integer 10.5, 10.2. This is float. This is Boolean in Python. This is called complex. This is called string. Okay, string will be in Python a single quotation or double quotation marks. Single quotation was it is a string. So comment here. It is in Python. In Python. So in Python, what happened? It is a list, means array. It is a data structure in Python. In Python, list means array stores multiple type of data, means different type of data. Okay, but in Java, arrays, they are the lists stores similar type of data in contiguous memory location. Contiguous memory locations. Contiguous like memory locations. What do you mean by contiguous memory locations? Means one by one memory locations. Okay. First location, data is stored, next location, then next location, then sequence wise. Okay, contiguous memory location means consecutive. Okay, now, so normally what happens, suppose if you see here, if you write here in this main method, see, suppose x is a variable, it stores, suppose integer 5, close. Now in Java, it is a variable stores this integer value, but we need to declare the data type, it is integer because 6 is an integer. So this variable, you can keep any name. It stores only one type, one value only. If you want to store multiple data, it will not take 10, comma 15. So three values I have passed. So it will not accept this. Type means we cannot convert from int to int like this. So three values, three elements, integer values you have passed in a variable. So to do that, we need to do what? We need to create the array. Array syntax is what? How to write the array. That is, there are two ways we can create the arrays in Java. One is that syntax. This is first of all, I need to declare which type of data it stores, integer. After that, array index, array symbol is square brackets. Then after array name, okay, array name. Name, suppose if you have taken as this is array, you have taken y. Then next, you need to say one int again, and then name again, y. And then you need to, in square brackets, you need to specify how many elements you want to store. Is the syntax. Okay. But I told you that x is a variable, it stores value 6 only. But if you want to store multiple integer values, no, it will not accept. So you put it in comment. To overcome this, if you want to store multiple, means 3 elements, no? 3 integer values, you have declared this array, it is a symbol of array, name of array is y, it is stores integer type of data, how many elements, this is 3 elements. So why it is giving error, let us see. Why it is giving error, type means cannot convert from int to int. No issue. Okay, for that actually we need to import a array class. Import java.util.array, not array list. We need only arrays. Okay. Okay, Java import java.util.arrays. Why it is giving error? Import Java util conflicts with the type defined in the same, okay, in the same file. Why it is giving error? Try to understand. It is very important to understand that because you want to import arrays, but it is conflicting with your file name is arrays. So you remove its name as array. You rename, you remove this, yes, okay, array. Okay, now it is okay. Still it is giving any error. Is the type defined in the same file? Okay, it is arrays, it is array. So you do one thing, you change, rename it as ARR array. Okay, you change this. Okay, there is no issue now. Now it is over now. Okay. Arrays ARR, our class name, our file name ARR.java, no issue. Even though if you keep ARR AY, there is no any problem. But AR or A wise is not well. Okay. Now, so once, okay, this is okay. Now, here in this, you need to add the numbers. You can keep three elements na, in at zero index. At zero index, you put a value is equal to 5. Okay. Now, same at one index, you put one more value that is equal to 7. Close, terminate. You need to specify this. So what happened here in array, three elements I told you that every element is indexed. First element will be considered at, that is the position at 0 index. Next element at the position of 1 index. So next element will be at second element because you have fixed the size of the array, 3 elements. Okay. Now you need to write 3. Okay. Whatever the value you want to. Okay. Now, once array size is fixed, okay, you can't, okay, it is not resized. Okay. That's why array list is created. Array list is resizable. So, okay, now I have created an array, its size is 3 with 3 elements. So, okay, now if I want to get the printout of this array status, system dot out dot println y. So then let us compile this code. What happened? What it is stating that in type mismatch. So wait to keep a new keyword. Okay. I need to keep a new keyword. So now it is okay. Now what is this syntax error and token y? So let us see. It will be executed. What happened here? Continue. Still is giving error. Why? Delete this token. Delete this token. So remove this one. So now you compile this, run this code. So, okay, it is executed. But hello world is executed. This is the default statement. As I told you, you remove this one. Okay. But if you compile this, so you are getting this is what means your values. It is 3 size array. At 0 index position, 6 is filled at 1 index, 7 is filled. As I told you that array is index based. Okay. So at 0 index, 6 is filled, 1 input. Now, but you are not getting the values of the array. So that moment you need to do what? You need to, you copy this one, you put here, you paste here, you write the code like this. Y dot, click here, you need to write arrays. A method we need to use here, arrays dot. If you put arrays dot string, to string method, huh? To string. This method, I want to use this method to convert this character type, okay, to values. So I want to use this method to string method of arrays class. I told you that arrays class is a part of utility package, and I have called this array name. Now let us compile this code. Now you will get this list. Now by this conversion happened here, by this method, the values, this type of character converted into integers. List. Okay, now it is a list. List means arrays. Okay, in a list in Python, it's called list. So here what happened, it is fixed. Three values you are getting here. Okay. So this is one way to create the arrays. One more way is to create the array is called, we can simply write the int and array. This is what next array name. Suppose take any name, suppose numbers, because otherwise name it stores the strings is equal. You simply put flower braces. So now it is string type of array. You declare it as a string type of array. Under then, this is the array symbol and array name. Within this braces, you directly pass the values. It takes at 0 position, whatever the. So in Java, strings will be taken in double quotation. Vasu is a string. Next, take one more string. Rahul is a string. One more string you take. Ravi is a string. Single quotation marks. Well, so how many values we have passed here? 3 values. Okay, but I have not fixed the size in the first method. I have used the first method, but now in second method, I am using, this is one more way how to create the arrays in Java. Why it is giving error? So this is a text, string text, always in double quotation. You have given the single quotation. So that's why it's giving error. Okay. Now see, it is to be terminated. Huh? Now what happened? This is string type of array. It holds only string values. Okay, if you want to keep here any integer value, it will not accept this. It is giving error because type mismatch. You have declared this array, string array, like this array as a string type. Only it will hold only string values. If you want to keep any float and int, it will not accept. That's why it will give error. So now come down. Now, if you want to get the printout of this one, you copy, you down here, you paste, and now call that string name. What is the string name? What is the string name? Okay. You copy this one. Okay, you paste. Now call the string. What is the string name? String is what? Name. Now you compile this one. So for the integers, this type of characters we have seen. After that, by the method, arrays as a method to string method, I have used it for the conversion to this string characters into list of our array list. So after that, once I declared string, one more way I have declared array. Array name is equal name. It is in a string type of array. Stores only string values. But whenever you want to get this string values, whenever you call the variable array string array name, you are getting this type of. So it is looking like what somewhat characters, same like this. So if you want to do that conversion, same this method of what? Arrays method, you have imported the arrays class, and that is the part of utility package. So arrays dot toString, this method will be used, and you call the variable. array name. That is here array name. Okay. Now what happened? Try to know. You will get all the. So you are getting what? Now this character type will be converted into your string type of array. So here two ways I briefed you how to create the array. How to create the array in Java. Okay. Two ways. One is that a fixed way. This is what the syntax in which type of array you want to declare. This integer type of name of array, new keyword compulsory, int again, and this how many values you want to fill. Once it is fixed, no, array is not. Array is fixed. Okay. Array is index-based, values stored in contiguous memory locations. Contiguous means sequence-wise, one memory. Suppose memory address location starts from 10. Next, first value will be stored in 10 at memory location. Next value stores in 11 memory location. I will show one somewhat. Where is that? Okay, here this is called. Here, see, array will be stored like this. Try to understand. This is suppose array length is 10. So index starts from 0. So first index, second index, third index. The first element will be stored at the 0 index. Next element will be stored in next index. So it is called contiguous memory allocation. Contiguous means sequence wise, one by one, one by one. Okay. That is called contiguous memory allocation. So last element at the index 8. But we have created array length is equal to 3. So only elements 0, 1, 3 element in array. Okay, here how many elements will be taken? How many? Array length 10. Array length 10. So how many elements? From 0 to 9. Array length 10, but 0 to 9 will be locations from 0 index, last index is 9. Okay. 10 values at last index 9, but 10 values will be stored. So this is the diagram. No need to worry about that as I discussed it. Okay, now we need to understand what. So two ways I told you, this is the one way to declare the array, but here every time we need to fill the values at index position, at 0 index, this value, next index. But simple way to declare the one more, this is the second method. Second method to declare an array. Declare an array. Okay. This is what, this is the first way. First way to declare the array. Okay. Now come down two ways I have explained. Now, okay, next somewhat we will need to go some. So how many types of array here? Single dimensional array, single dimensional arrays, comma, multi-dimensional arrays. Multi-dimensional. Okay, we will discuss later, but before that, how to for each loop, how the for each loop, let us use the for each loop here. For each loop to go through traverse. Traverse is a simple word you can use here. Traverse means travel. That is called iterate. Normal in our programming language, one word we will use, iteration. Traverse, travel, journey, iterate. Means your loop travels through every element. Okay. Every element it starts from 0 index and it reads, and one by one it displays. That is called iterate traverse. Okay. So here I want to use the for each loop. In the previous classes, many times I briefed that for each loop is very short, very easy in comparison to for loop. Okay. So let us see how the for each loop will be used to traverse through the our traverse through array values. Okay. Through array elements, values, components, all are equal. There is no any difference. Components, values. Okay. So let us do how to write the syntax. First of all, you write the for and brackets. Okay. Within this brackets means parenthesis. Is first of all you need to indicate which type of array. So I want to travel through this string type of array. It is string type of array. So I need to mention here, this is my string type of array. Then after I is what? It is a variable. Okay. This variable is compulsory because now whenever loop it goes to first zero index position and takes that at zero index value and stores in this variable, I variable. Okay. After that, it prints out, it gives print out. Okay. After that, I need to say what array name. That is very because this for loop looks for where array name. This is okay name. So now come down. Now you do one thing. Your for loop syntax is okay. Now put a brace, open brace, flower. Now you put a statement here. Take a system dot out dot println. Okay. Now within this, you call that I. Now you terminate this one. Now what happened? Try to understand. So every time loop goes to zero index, first it starts from zero index and it takes that number, it stores this variable I and that I is being printed. Next loop goes to second index, that is one index, 0, 1, 2, index like that. So now let us see what will be the result. So what we are getting what? Okay, one by one. Here I have gotten the list, but I want to get the values one by one by one. Vasu, Rahul, Ravi. So now I am getting the values, but can I change this I? Simple question. Can I change this? I can keep anything. Keep X. What happens? Is there any problem? You call this X. I think there is no any problem because Java compiler is not giving any error. So this variable you can keep anything. No? It doesn't mean. Okay, you are getting. So that I is not compulsory. You can keep anything. Huh? That is just a variable. So to hold the values. So here I have used for loop how to iterate through array to get the values as one by one. That is what one thing. Huh? So next, let us see. I told you that for each loop is very simple, but let us see for loop. How to iterate through this array by for loop. So let us see. As I told you, that is somewhat easy. So let us see for loop how it is. How it for loop looks somewhat difficult. Syntax is what for bracket. First of all, this is the syntax of for loop. Huh? So as I told you that VS Code, Visual Studio Code, Microsoft developed by Microsoft, it gives a lot of support while you're writing the code. So you accept this one. So no need to type the time waste code. That somewhat it is artificial intelligence. So whatever the expected code, it will give for yourself, for your reference, for your help. So syntax is what this is the for loop syntax. We need to declare int one variable I is equal to 0. So I can be anything, it doesn't matter. Initial value 0. So I less than 3. I plus plus incrementation, this is the condition. Okay. Now after that, I can get that. Okay. Now you copy this one, you copy this one, you paste here. Okay. Now what happened? This for each loop opened, for each loop, for each loop, where is for each loop closed? Okay. Now this for each loop is to be closed, no? Otherwise it gives error. So now for loop opened, this is for loop closed. For each loop opened, for each loop closed. So I want to call this as X, but you have used the variable as I. So whether it will be executed? No. You try yourself. You try yourself. What we are getting? One time only Rahul, na? Two time I need to get the string, na? It is giving error, I think. So error. Now this is where unresolved compilation problem where X cannot be resolved to a variable. This is actually as a programmer, you need to find out that what is the error. Error in which line? 29th line, compile error stating that okay. X cannot be resolved to a variable. So X cannot be resolved because you declared this I, but you are calling the X, but X is not defined anywhere. So you change this as X. So then what happened? Once you change this X, everything you need to say this as X, X incrementation. Okay. So now let us see whether it will be executed. So C1, what we are getting? We are not getting, we are getting what 0, 1, 2. But I want to get, I want to get what? I want to get the values. Okay. So here, if I call the array name, so then what happens? Because my array name is equal to this one. Okay. So next what it is stating that. So array name, I am calling array name, still it is giving this type of error. So here I need to pass this. What is this? I told you that this is what? This method, the method of arrays class to conversion, what this character conversion. So here use this arrays dot, which method I told you that's to. Simply you write to, you will get this method here, to string. Okay, to string. So to string name already it has taken. Now why two brackets? Right, bracket is open here. Your variable because this is method to string method within this name password. So one bracket, two brackets, so two close brackets. Now you run this to compile this one. So anyway, you are getting what? You are getting a list of what? You are getting list by how to solve here. For each loop I have used it to get the that is what one by one name. Here I want to get the name of array one by one. Okay. So here one more. Suppose if I have used name of array, you copy this one, you paste here. Here, how can I get the names of that? All the values of no zero position, the values I come. Okay. So once I want to. Okay, we will do little bit of changes in the code. Here, in the condition, I want to use the length. Length of what? Name. Name is what? Our array string array. So here you put this as, where is that? For int x, our name is equal to x, na? So x is equal to 0, x, what? X is a value. Okay, int x here. Okay, we will take it as, suppose if I take it as I, okay, I less than equal, I is equal to 0, I less than, okay, x dot, x is what? Our array name, length property I have used here. Okay, so that length, now your I plus plus. So see. So now what happened? Our, what is I, x dot, x bracket I. Okay. So try to understand the syntax is what. First of all, here we have used the for each loop. Okay. Our string is what? Where is our string? String is declared in second method. This is string. Okay. I want to see every value one by one. So for each loop, okay. What about that for loop? So within this for loop, so this is the initial I set to 0. Next word, I less than what? Your array. Array name is equal to x. Array name is not x. Array name is equal to name. So I need to change this as name. That is the mistake. Name. Okay. You change this as name, you will get the answer. So now you come run this code, you will get the value one by one. Okay. Now you are getting what? So you now do one thing, you put this comment section. So now you compile this code. So see, now I have used for loop, for each loop. This is the result for each loop. This is the result for your for loop. Okay. So by for loop, here we can simply comment here for loop. For loop used to iterate through all values. Iterate through all values one by one. Okay, both. But here, so that's why I told you that for each loop is very simple. Okay, for loop it gives somewhat trouble to you. So okay, nothing, you need to set the variable, initial variable I. So a loop goes, it initial variable 0, value 0. So it goes to the first string value. So that will be printed. Then it will be condition up to the condition satisfies loop rotates. Loop, how name dot length. What is the length of this array? Length means how many elements are there? 3. So I less than 3 until this condition satisfied. So loop rotates. So length of this array 3. So I less than 3. So now whenever I is 0, this value will be printed Vasu. So whenever I incremented, so once Vasu printed, then incremented to 1. Now I is equal to 1. Now 1 less than 3. So condition satisfied. So I incremented, this will be printed Rahu. Now I incremented to 2. 2 is equal to I 2 less than 3. So printed. So now it is incremented to 3. 3 means 3 less than 3. So condition not satisfied. 3 is equal to 3. So loop is terminated. Okay. So I think this is enough for the class today. If I want to give something, let me check that. We will discuss single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array separately. Okay. Okay. Now try to understand what is the difference between for loop and for each loop. So for each loop, here in the for each loop, here I have used the counter. No? So every time counter will be incremented. Okay. So here no need to write the counter. One is that. Okay. So every time the counter increments. So whenever it is incrementing, so that increment value looks for this length of the array. Okay. Until this value less than length of the array. Okay. Means condition until the condition is satisfied, loop rotates. Here, no need to declare any counter. Simply, it indicates that for every value of x, this for the string array, every value of x, print x in the string array, name is this one. For every x value, means x here index. For every index value of string type of array, name, this name, for every x value you print. Simply, okay? This is meaning of the for each loop. Okay. So this is okay. Now if you want to access array elements, single elements. Okay, by the index you can access this element. Okay, by you copy this term. Okay, you copy this one, you paste here. Now you write like this. You write at 0 index. Name is our string array name. There is our string array. This is our string array. Second method, no? This is the name of our string array. So at the 0 position index. So whatever the value you want to get, that value will be printed. So this is last value. If you change, because these are two Rahul, Vasu, Ravi, this is printed by the for loop. Okay. This you can put somewhat value like this, what you know. Where is that name dot you write here your string type of data values by for loop. Okay. You put this one, you will get the result, no issue. Values by for loop, Rahul, Ravi, okay. Okay, now here you write this one for each loop, you write values by for each loop. Okay, you compile this values by for loop, values by for loop, Rahul. Hmm? Where is that? It is the last value, values by for loop. Where is that values by for each loop? For string system dot out plus x. This is okay for loop for each. This is values by for each loop. Vasu, what is Vasu? First value is what? Where is that? Vasu Rahul Ravi. Vasu Rahul Ravi. Next for loop started. Okay. For loop by okay. This is the last value. What is the last value of this Ravi? If you change this index as 2, index 2, why it is giving error? Insert class to complete 1. Okay. You will get this value. Okay. Now you keep this one. You keep this one in comment section. Okay. For each loop in comment section. Now only your for loop will be run. Okay. Now you clear this screen one time. You run this. You are getting for at one index, one index 0, one index. This is the one index. Okay. Every time you are getting this one. Okay. So you actually what you did here, where is your for loop terminated? This is your for loop and for loop terminated. So you cut this your code after for each loop for loop you paste here. So separately you will get. Now you come run this code. See, this is what your for loop executed. After that, you are getting your this index value. Where is that? At one index, whatever the value you are getting. Okay. Now if you want to get at 0 index, what is the value at 0 index? You put at 0. So you will get that. So if you put 3 index, you will get error. Why? Because there is no any 3 index. Index is only 0, 1,